Hi, Justin. I just wanted to go through your story with you and give you some feedback so that on the next one you can get even better. So, the very first thing here is the formatting. I gave you an excellent on that, or you did excellent on that. The only thing you were missing is the word count. Um, and, again, you need more sources than one. But then let's see, the lead. Now, the lead was good, but with room for improvement. The main thing is that you've got renovations and renovations. So you say renovations are finally done. NC Central University's television studio is now complete, period. Right? Because you've already told us that they're finished with the renovations. Um, so the problem here, one of the problems with your story is there are a lot of grammar, spelling, and punctuation errors. So if this is something you struggle with, I would recommend you take it to the writing studio or just be more careful. I think that you can do it better if you just are more careful. So let's look at that and see what is going on here. So you have the new state-of-the-art television studio was on April 23rd. Was what? So we're missing completely a verb there. The studio was funded by the Title III. This is called a comma splice. When you join two sentences with just a comma, you can't do that. It's a common mistake. You're not the only one in the class who had that mistake. But just a period here and then the new television studio. The only way you can connect sentences is with a word like and or using another connecting word, but not with just a comma. And then this is said to. I already mentioned in class. So another thing that kind of bothered me is that I gave you feedback in class, but you didn't fix the things that you were supposed to fix. So I said never use a quote that's from a press release. You can use information from a press release, and this is good that you told me it was from the press release, but your quotes need to be from people that you spoke with and interviewed. And then on the first floor of the Ferris and Newton Communications Building, you don't need to tell us it's on campus. We already know that. Okay, let me see what other. I'm just looking for the grammar and spelling mistakes right here. So you should say mass communication and you don't need to capitalize it. The only majors that get capitalized are Spanish and English because they're like formal nouns, like proper nouns. Let's see here. So I don't think this spoke on is kind of a weird sentence structure. You can just say Dr. Cal, and you don't tell us who he is. Department chair for mass communication, Calvin Hall. In AP style, we don't use doctor unless it's a medical doctor. It'd be better to say Calvin Hall, department chair, and associate professor of mass communication. This spoke on is awkward. Like I said, just say has many visions and expectations for the television studio. And then you don't even need to say saying, just put the quote in there. And again, other visions, he also wants the students to start a magazine show and a sports analyst show. So, all this kind of extra words, you don't need those. So just be more direct and straightforward. Seeing as the new television studio will just say the future looks bright for students interested in broadcasting because the television studio provides learning experiences in audio and visual technology, camera operation. So this is good information to include, right? Because that's telling us more about what all the students are going to learn. Again, you don't need Dr. Hall here. You just say said Hall. You're missing a comma at the end. Commas go in between there. This is an incomplete sentence. More than 250 students are enrolled in the Department of Mass Communication. You've got also, Campus Echo. I guess you have that capitalized as part of the name of the paper, but it really is just Campus Echo. Good quotes. Again, after you use the first time, just say, so now you're telling us he's chair of the department, right? But that needs to come at the beginning. When, near future is vague. When is that coming? And then again, you don't have any other voices. So those are the main issues. So the grammar, spelling, punctuation errors. The news story idea is excellent. The focus is good. I think that since the story is about, the way you could improve this, the story is about the television studio. So go ahead and tell us all about the television studio, and then tell us about other things that the department has. The WNCU and the broadcast station. Oh, this is a mistake too. It's not 907. It's 90.7. And so you need to be accurate in those kinds of things. And then the campus newspaper. Those should be like closer to the bottom because they're not part of the story about the studio. So that's why you got a little bit lower in that. The AP style is problematic. A lot of the things I already pointed out, but it's review those AP style guides that are posted in Blackboard before you do the next one. This is incorrect. It's N.C. I asked you to tell us about what Title III was, and you didn't do that. Let me go down. So that's I already told you. Here, NCCU Community, which is correct, but then you go back to say North Carolina Central University. So that should just be NCCU. And then, like I said, where you're missing commas, that's kind of related to that too. Okay. Overall quality of writing styles, short sentences, short paragraphs, yes, pretty good on that. You keep your opinion out of it, pretty much. And then the quality of information gathering. This is the thing where you really do need more sources. You need to tell us what Title III is. You need to tell us what AudioNet is. People may not know about that, so get a good factual description of that. If Dr. Hall mentioned it during his interview, you need to say, well, can you explain what that is? Again, this is one of those issues of writing about something you already know about a little bit. So it's a conflict of interest, but that's, that kind of sometimes happens. Accuracy and facts, again, this is there are more numbers that you could give us. How many broadcast concentration majors do we have? Like you could tell us more about the equipment that's in the studio. If you had interviewed Miss Casey Hicks, you would have found that out. As well as maybe Mr. Chambers or Mr. Pierce. So definitely you could get more information, and definitely that information could have included facts and numbers to help the reader learn more and understand more. So overall, it's an okay, but there's definitely room for improvement. But you got a B, so that's pretty good. I'm hoping that your next one will be even better. But take the time to go back and, with your second story before you turn it in, go back and review the AP style guides and read over it very carefully for grammar. Make sure that you've got good verbs and very concise writing. Okay, right to the point. The way you add more to make it longer is more information, not more words. All right, so I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to reading your next one.